Welcome to my review of set 75451, aka the Hutt Palace Sentry Droid Showdown from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. This set has retailed for $50 and contains 415 pieces. Not good price to piece ratio there if you're a big guy with that. And of course, this is a depiction of the battle from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. As we get into the box art here of the set, we of course have the Mandalorian and Grogu going up against Embo, who actually hasn't appeared on LEGO Star Wars since like 2012. Going up against him, the droid, and his dog. We of course also have the Hutt Palace stores as well. Going into the back of the box art, we of course have some action shots of the battle scene. We have the Sentry droid going against Mando, capturing Grogu. We have, of course, Embo and his dog guarding the Hutt Palace door as well. We also have Grogu going inside the Sentry droid to disable it, which is actually a scene from the movie as well, which is a cool, nice added detail. Now, going into the box here, you of course have your instructions manual. Pretty nice, solid book. It's nice. Getting into the contents of the bag, we of course have bags labeled 1 through 4 and an extra piece, as well as a pretty small sticker sheet as well, which is always good to see for a LEGO Star Wars set. Alright, this is the completed final build after it is completed. So of course you have the fully completed Sentry droid, your 4 minifigures, and the door. Take a look at it, and let's get into the minifigures. Starting up first with the Embo minifigure. Alright, this is the movie accurate Embo, different from the Clone Wars version, as you can obviously tell. This is an Embo we haven't got for, this is the Embo minifigure we haven't got for like years, obviously, because last time we got was in the Clone Wars, which is like 2012-ish era, around there, as you could probably tell. Anyways, let's get into this minifigure. First thing I'd like to notice is that he obviously has the bowcaster as his weapon, even though I would have preferred the 2 scythe kind of pickaxes he has, you know. I think it would have been a lot more helpful, because we only see that in the movie. You only see him using his blaster a lot. But first off, I would love to say that his side arm printing is really good, as you can see there. No arm printing on this side, which is actually movie accurate. Also, you can notice that it's a different dish design for this Embo, probably because it's movie accurate, and maybe he does not have his original Clone Wars dish. I am honestly not sure. I've watched the movie in a while because it's been a few months, but yeah. Getting to the torso here, I think it's pretty good standard. It's more olive green instead of the bright green, which we had back in the day, but I guess it's more understandable to be more accurate to the movie, and LEGO has more resources now. Obviously, it's a big corporation, so it makes a little more sense. Also, another thing you notice on this Embo minifigure is the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads are a big thing in this figure. I would have preferred maybe a backpack or satchel of some sort, obviously, but that wouldn't have worked with the shoulder pads, which we see in the movie. So again, it makes sense. Again, there's also is back printing there and kind of leg printing, as you can see right here on the legs. Show those like claws, but overall, I think it's actually a pretty nice, solid figure. Getting into our second minifigure here is the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is, of course, a must-have for any Mandalorian and Grogu movie set because, well, you know, it's Mandalorian anyways. But this minifigure is going to be a bit different because they actually added 2 new things on the... You can see those 2 shoulder pads on the Mandalorian's feet. New thing gonna come with every standard figure anyways through the Mandalorian. Nothing really that new. It's the same old figure. Every collector has this. If you're buying this set just for this figure, just get the HRT tag. It's like $5 cheaper. You can get the same figure. But yeah, again, a pretty solid figure. If many people already know this figure, so there's not much to review here. Next up, we of course have Grogu updated for the Mandalorian Grogu movie in this new updated look. Now, in this set, you are going to get the new Grogu with the armored chest plate like he has in the movie, instead of just the normal cloth version that comes in some of the other sets. Again, this is the new mode for Grogu, so if you don't have this figure, yeah, I would understand if you wanted this version of it. It's new, you know, it's probably the cheapest way to get him, I'm pretty sure, because I'm not sure if he comes in the ATR attack. If he does get him there, you can get the new Mando and the new Grogu. But yeah, again, not only like a figure, more like a half figure, I would say. Overall, it's still a really good, solid figure, and yeah, it's a good addition to the set. Finally, as a minifigure slash piece, we have Embo's new dog from the movie. This is Embo's new dog from the movie. Obviously, we can assume that his old dog from the Clone Wars died, unfortunately. But this is the new dog from the movie, anyways, in an updated new good mold. We always love it when LEGO Star Wars uses a unique mold for these types of animals. Always great, much better than being brick built. Another thing, if you wanted to do Grogu, he can ride the dog if you really wanted to. Yay! But I don't think that's movie accurate, and I don't think that's necessary anyways. But this is a pretty good molded piece. Finally, I'll change for LEGO Star Wars. Pretty good. Overall, the minifigure selection is actually pretty good, and it goes well with this set. If you really wanted to, you could throw it a hut if you wanted to behind the palace doors, you know. Maybe, but like, not really much. But yeah, you never know. Alright, getting to the builds here, we of course have the Hut Gate Palace. Actually, I'm going to close that real quick. And we have the Sentry Droid. Now, the Sentry Droid looks actually pretty sizable, as you can see. You can see about from my angle, it looks pretty sizable, I would say. Yeah, he's got, of course, got some articulation with the hands. So I'm showing you an example, like move it like this and that, move his arms, you know. Do some cool stances if you're a good poser like that. Has a third arm too, which is actually movie accurate as well. But one thing I want to point out is that I love the color on this Sentry Droid. I'm gonna throw a picture I'm gonna throw a picture up on screen of the Sentry Droid. You can see a compare. I feel like the Sentry Droid may have looked more rustic in the movie, but I definitely like this added color here. I think it brings the kind of overall build to life. And I don't really care if it's movie accurate that much. Honestly, I'm not a big guy for movie accuracy. Like, for the minifigures, yes. For the builds, not really. But I think this is actually also movie accurate, so I would give that thumbs up for that. And overall, I just love the color. Like, right here, perfect example. Look, that's such good use. It's like a turquoise cyan piece right here on the back of his leg. Genius. Love it. I love it. Like, the bits of yellow, red, green, brown, steel. Yeah. Only problem I have with this figure is that he has a gun on the top of this. I would love if you could aim straight, so he can aim straight, because like if you think about it, he's just kind of aiming off to the side, which doesn't really make that much sense in my opinion, and I don't really think that's like good. I wish it wasn't so bulky, so he could just make his arm straight, kind of like the the B2 Super Battle Droid. Here is an example. Kind of want it to be straightforward, just like that, you know, so you can fire it as straight as the enemies. Don't have to be kind of crooked and sideways like that. Nice, good example there. But anyways, let's get into the Hut Palace door. I think this is also pretty good. It opens, you know, you can open, you can have Mando go through there, or you can have Embo go through there and be like, hey, pew, pew, pew. You have the dog, close the doors, you know, creative stuff for kids to play. I get it. I don't really see the use of it, but I guess it's like a cool side build that just again helps add pieces to this $50 set, which I think is a bit overpriced for this, price per piece wise, but yeah. Next up is the functionality of this set. I think this functionality is okay. You can have, again, you can have the figures go through the door. You could have kids close the door. Except that only problem is you have to have it closed a certain way. You can't just go boom, boom, because then this will get caught on that. You could have, it has to be like that. I think it could be a little bit annoying, but again, that's just my personal opinion. You have the third arm, which can go grab at people. And then at the back, you can open it up. One sec. Of course, in the back, you can open it up to have Grogu go inside. And of course, disable the droid if you really wanted to. Overall, I think this is a great playset for kids, and I'm sure kids would love playing with this. I'm probably going to put it on my Mandalorian shelf on display. Probably do some cool poses with it. The side door, I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Maybe I'll put Embo through it, but I'm not sure. I'll probably have Embo on display only because I love that figure. And I'm just so happy we finally got it. Listen, this set is worth just for this Embo. That's literally why I got it, and to, of course, review it. But yeah, definitely, if you're looking at this Embo figure, I would definitely get this set because all the added features are great with it, especially the dog. I love that molded piece. And the Sentry Droid is actually a good build for once. Overall, I would score this a solid 7.5 out of 10 set. Again, if the price was lower, I would say like $40, $45 around the ATRT, and the ATRT is a whole nother story. I'm gonna get into that in another video. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you agree with my ranking down below. Let me know. Also, leave a like if you enjoyed this review, and subscribe if you want me to review my Avengers Tower for Doomsday. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed and have a great day.